think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball.
Sophie Cunningham has joined forces with Caitlin Clark. But the real bombshell? NaLyssa Smith is out. Her toxic attitude and locker room drama finally caught up to her, leading to her exit. Was this a much-needed wake-up call, or is there more behind the scenes? Either way, the Fever is moving on without her.
Pay a hefty price. Now, Sophie Cunningham is a good player. She can shoot the three. She can 3-and-D it. She's pretty good on defense. She's fast. I think the Fever are looking for
and I'm a fan. I would love to play with her one day.
Sophie Cunningham's dream has come true. She's finally teaming up with Caitlin Clark. After wanting to play alongside Clark for years, that moment has arrived as she joins the Indiana Fever, and fans couldn't be more excited. But the best part? The Fever just cut loose the one player holding them back, NaLyssa Smith. The same Smith who refused to defend Clark and brought negativity to the team is now out. With this fresh start, the Fever is ready to dominate.
Where are we free from, folks? We are free from NaLyssa Smith. NaLyssa Smith, no longer on the Indiana Fever. Kelly Krauskopf came in and said, oh, you gotta go.
I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to, but I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for it.
Sophie Cunningham is the ultimate teammate. She respects Caitlin Clark, puts the team first, and brings passion to the game. She's exactly what the Fever needed. Unlike NaLyssa Smith, whose issues on and off the court were impossible to ignore. Fans saw it, the organization saw it, and now she's gone. Trading her was the best move possible.
That NaLyssa Smith is confused as to why Indiana Fever fans don't want her on their team. And it's really not that hard to understand, NaLyssa. Let me tell you why. We don't even need to take into account any of your social media outbursts. We don't need to take into account any of your subtweets. We don't need to take into account any of your drama-chasing antics off the court. We don't need to take into account your passive-aggressive ways. You're removing the Indiana Fever one day in your bio, adding them in the next day in your bio, tweeting other people's tweets. We don't even need to take into account all the unnecessary drama and garbage that you add to this team when it comes off the court. All we really need to do is sit back and watch you on the court. It's really not that.
Her energy disrupted the team, throwing off its chemistry. She never respected Caitlin Clark. It was obvious. While Sophie Cunningham has openly admired Caitlin's game, NaLyssa Smith showed no interest in working with her. She refused to defend her, refused to play as a true teammate, and ultimately, that attitude cost her. The Fever is better off without her.
We have more breaking news. Another signing just happened. Sophie Cunningham was just acquired to the Indiana Fever. By the Indiana Fever. Oh my goodness. Within 2 hours. And guess who was gone? NaLyssa Smith is gone.
The Fever saw it. The fans saw it. And now, the problem is solved. Bringing in Sophie Cunningham is a huge upgrade, and Fever fans know it. She's not just tough and talented, she's a leader. She lifts her teammates up instead of dragging them down. And the best part? She's finally getting to play alongside Caitlin Clark, just like she always wanted.
I'm here to tell you, Sophie Cunningham is not finna put up with the hate and the bullying Caitlin Clark has been receiving throughout the WNBA, because we know last year that was a big target for Caitlin Clark, was to get an enforcer. And like I keep telling y'all, Kelly Cristobal is not...
NaLyssa Smith's departure is met with no tears. Let's be honest, she wasn't contributing to the Fever's success. Her effort, body language, and the way she treated Caitlin on the court made it clear she wasn't fully invested in the team. It was a poor fit from the start. Now that she's gone, the Fever can finally move forward without that toxic energy. And remember, her past comments about Caitlin speak volumes about where her priorities really were.
Amazing for women's basketball. This is amazing for women's sports in general. You have so many people, so many new and fresh eyes on our sport that maybe they're a little uneducated and maybe they kind of stir the pot a little bit. And so I get that. But for that class to come in, you have her, you have Angel Reese, you have some other big names, but really those two and the amount of millions of followers that they brought to our league, you have to applaud them and you have to be fans of that. Because if you're smart, it's not about money, but if you're smart, you're going to be making a lot more money too because of those guys.
Sophie Cunningham's arrival signals a fresh start for the Fever. She brings respect, effort, a winning mentality, and most importantly, unity. Qualities that were sorely lacking when NaLyssa Smith was around. Fans wanted change, and they got it. The Fever made the right decision, trading away a player who didn't fit and bringing in someone who genuinely wants to be part of the team's success. This is a massive win for Caitlin Clark, the Fever, and the fans. The team is building something special, and with NaLyssa Smith gone, the sky's the limit. Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark together? That's a dynamic duo we can all get behind. No more toxic energy, no more distractions. Just basketball, done the right way. NaLyssa Smith's time with the Fever is over, and it's clear the team won't miss her.
So NaLyssa Smith is now playing on the same team as DeJounte Carrington. For the first time since their Baylor days, they are playing on the same team. And even a couple of months ago, DeJounte was being asked about the potential of the two of them playing together, and she literally said, and she's like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen, because Connecticut aren't gonna, because I'm not," basically said, "I'm not leaving Connecticut, and Indiana aren't gonna trade you." Turns out both of them got traded, and both of them got traded to the same team.
NaLyssa Smith was nothing but trouble for the Fever, and she didn't waste any time cutting ties. She immediately updated her bio to announce her move to the Dallas Wings, where she reunites with her girlfriend, DeJounte Carrington, one of the league's most controversial players. Carrington gained attention last season for her aggressive play, including a notorious moment where she poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, igniting heated debates. With both Smith and Carrington now on the same roster, the Wings may face more drama than basketball success. Smith struggled to find her place in Indiana, while Carrington often steals the spotlight for her antics instead of her game-changing performances. This move goes beyond basketball. It's a clash of personalities that could stir up more tension than triumphs for Dallas.
Most of the game, thanks. Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down.
The girlfriends are back together again.
The Indiana Fever are thriving after swapping NaLyssa Smith for Sophie Cunningham, a move that's shaping a team with real championship potential. With Cunningham, Clark now has a sharpshooter by her side, and the Fever are moving forward without the distractions that once held them back. Meanwhile, Smith and DeJounte Carrington are heading to the Dallas Wings, where their personalities might create more drama than success on the court. Fever fans have finally gotten what they wanted. Smith is gone, and with her departure, the negativity that surrounded the team has lifted. Smith not only underperformed, but also let Carrington disrespect Fever fans without standing up for those who once supported her. Instead of showing leadership and loyalty, she silently allowed the disrespect to continue, proving her connection to the team and its fans was surface level. Now, the Fever have what they truly deserve: Sophie Cunningham, a player who brings passion, hustle, and a deep respect for the game. More importantly, Cunningham respects and admires Caitlin Clark just as much as the Fever fan base does. This is the kind of energy the team needed to take them to the next level.
So anyway, NaLyssa Smith is joining her teammate
and her girlfriend, Dejanay Carrington. Of course, Dejanay poked out the eyeball, damn near, of Caitlin Clark last year. This was posted right as the Indiana Fever were starting the play.
Sophie Cunningham isn't the only reason the Indiana Fever are now a legitimate championship contender. Stephanie White, the mastermind behind the team's transformation, made pivotal offseason moves that have solidified the Fever as a force to be reckoned with. She re-signed Kelsey Mitchell, one of the league's most electrifying scorers, and brought in veteran superstar DeWanna Bonner. Bonner is a game changer, a proven winner who adds elite scoring, defense, and leadership. Her presence elevates the team to a new level of danger. And then there's Natasha Howard. Bringing her back ensures a dominant frontcourt presence, capable of anchoring the defense and bringing valuable championship experience to the squad. With these key additions, the Fever have shed the dead weight of players like NaLyssa Smith and become a true contender. No more players who tolerate disrespect. This team is focused, unified, and poised to make a serious run.
And DeWanna Bonner is one of them. So Alexa Filippo, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name properly, she is the one who's been breaking all this news. She tweeted, 6-time All-Star and WNBA champ DeWanna Bonner is signing with the Indiana Fever by re-signing Kelsey Mitchell, trading for Sophie Cunningham, and signing experienced vets Bonner and Natasha Howard. The Fever have catapulted into the title conversation, and I couldn't agree.
Indiana fans no longer have to endure a player who allowed their support to be mocked. Instead, they have players who will fight for them, value their loyalty, and deliver victories. The Fever are back and stronger than ever, thanks to cutting the weak links and bringing in proven winners. The future is looking bright, and the championship window is now wide open.
But Sophie is someone also, if you guys remember back at WNBA All-Star, there was this clip that was going viral where Sophie grabbed Caitlin and was like, hey, do you want to come to Phoenix? And she has been very vocal in the media that she loves Caitlin Clark's game and she would love to play with her at some point. And so I just feel like she is going to be a great...
The Indiana Fever are ushering in a new era, shedding the dead weight of the past and paving the way for a brighter future. The message is clear. Out with the old, in with the new. While the Fever are stacking their roster with players who are hungry for success, NaLyssa Smith is facing an uncertain future with the Dallas Wings. She arrived thinking she'd be a key contributor, but with the influx of new talent, her role is shrinking fast. Smith is running out of time, and the signs are unmistakable. The Fever, however, are making moves that signal they're done with mediocrity. The departure of Smith is a significant step forward. She was never the elite player Indiana needed. Lacking defensive presence, leadership, and the grit required to elevate the team, Smith coasted through games, offering only occasional flashes of talent that failed to create a consistent impact. Dallas may soon realize what Indiana already knew. Smith is not built for a team with championship aspirations. The Fever are now positioned to thrive, with the right players in place to take them to the next level.
But the Dallas Wings have already got a replacement. Literally. The Dallas Wings have already got have already signed the replacement for NaLyssa Smith. They signed Myisha Hines-Allen. And not only that, they're paying Myisha Hines-Allen nearly a max.
The Indiana Fever have fully embraced their new identity, and with stars like Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Kelsey Mitchell leading the way, they're on a clear path to championship contention. The addition of DeWanna Bonner brings invaluable veteran leadership and a winner's mentality that was once missing. Natasha Howard's return strengthens the defense, making it much harder for opponents to score in the paint. Every move the Fever made this offseason has been strategic, focused on building a true powerhouse. Meanwhile, NaLyssa Smith is already struggling to find her place in Dallas. With an influx of new talent, she might soon find herself pushed out of the rotation entirely.
The Fever are flourishing now. Not only did they accomplish their #1 priority in WNBA free agency by re-signing Kelsey Mitchell, keeping the best backcourt in the league together with Mitchell alongside Caitlin Clark, but they've now made another addition to the roster in a spot of need, bringing in veteran Natasha Howard from the Dallas Wings. Howard, a 3-time WNBA champion and a former defensive player.
The new-look Indiana Fever have the potential to make a major impact in the WNBA, and Sophie Cunningham's addition is a key factor. Her ability to stretch the floor with three-point shooting will create more space for Caitlin Clark to operate. Defenses will now have to respect Cunningham's shot, which takes pressure off Clark and opens up more opportunities to exploit mismatches. This pairing could become one of the most exciting backcourt duos the Fever have seen in years. With the excitement around Clark's arrival already at an all-time high, Cunningham's presence will only amplify the energy both in the locker room and on the court. The Fever are building something special, and the chemistry between these two could be the foundation for future success.
That's it around, bro. She's trying to get title contentions. And I'm telling you right now, the Indiana Fever is definitely contenders. Even ESPN themselves is starting to believe that. Rebecca Lobo weighs in on.
Sophie Cunningham has always played with a chip on her shoulder, and that mindset will undoubtedly inspire her teammates, including Caitlin Clark. She brings toughness, resilience, and a competitive attitude that will elevate the Fever's culture. This is exactly the kind of mentality they need as they push to return to playoff contention. When players genuinely support and believe in one another, it shows on the court. That positive team culture is essential for a franchise aiming to establish itself as a true contender.
I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now...
As the season nears, all eyes will be on how Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham perform together. Clark's transition to the league will be closely watched, but having a vocal, experienced teammate like Cunningham will help ease the pressure. The Fever are determined to make a statement, and Cunningham's addition is a major step forward. With Cunningham embracing the chance to play alongside Clark, the team's spirits are at an all-time high. After struggling in recent years, the combination of youth and experience, talent and leadership, along with the attention Clark brings, could be the spark the Fever need. The excitement is palpable, and the future of the Fever has never looked brighter. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.